Game 7 goes to the Ottawa Senators. The Senators have won the Stanley Cup. Congratulations, Sens fans. You got it done. Thank you very much for your time, Philip Forsberg. You will always be remembered as a great Nashville Predator. Mats Gustafsson, the RFA, is available. The Chicago rivalry. I could steal Mats Gustafsson. The next 4 years of first round. All right, Nashville, we are back. Man, it's time for us to continue our Year 6 offseason with your Nashville Predators. And we've officially entered into the Maxim Anisimov era with your Preds. His contract, his big boy contract of $12.25 million has kicked in. And while one Stanley Cup window has closed when he was on his rookie contract, the next one has opened up, and it's 8 years long, all right? So I have visions of glory. I want a dynasty, but at the end of the day, if we could just get one Stanley Cup in franchise history, I'd be very happy with that. We got to get it done in the next 8 years. So for those next 8 seasons, holy crap, we just had a huge donation come in. Appreciate it, my man. I will get to you after. I'm in YouTube mode right now. The timing of these guys are incredible. But Anisimov, Dahlin, Järventie, Ramsey, and Draper are all signed for the next 8 seasons. So I got my third line, I got my top defenseman, and I got my top player. Now it's just about filling out the rest of the core. And next up, we got our next 2 young prospects, Joel Lavallee and Morgan Fotinos, who can also be extended this year, and they want a pretty penny. Now, before we get to that, I left you guys with a question in the last video. What do we do with the RFA franchise defenseman Mats Gustafsson? From the Chicago Blackhawks, he was drafted first overall in 2024. It went Connor Bedard first in 2023, then Gustafsson, and then Maxim Anisimov in 2025. So to get the first overall pick in 2025, we have Joel Lavallee, who's Lavallee. I'm saying his name wrong now. What the? Joel Lavallee. Lavallee. What is it again? I'm forgetting how to say it. Oh my God. I always screw it up. Joel Lavallee. Yeah, it's Joel Lavallee. There you go. Why am I screwing it up so much? But to have 3 first-round picks in 3 consecutive years, Mats Gustafsson 2024, Anisimov 2025, and Lavallee 2026, ooh, that would look real nice. The only problem is that this guy wants so much money. Signing him as an RFA, trying to steal him from the Chicago Blackhawks, it's not going to be cheap. Now, I was thinking about offering him a 1-year deal just to get him on the team, kind of the same thing that we did with Rasmus Dahlin last year, but the problem with that is the Chicago Blackhawks have like $20 million of cap space. They're easily just going to match that offer, and I actually don't even have the compensation needed to give him such a low offer. I'd need my second round pick that I traded to Ottawa in the trade with Philip Forsberg, right? So I'd have to give him the 7-year deal and go north of 12,250, and then by doing it like that, then it would be giving up the next 4 years of first round picks. Now, I don't think I want to go through with this. I already mentioned that the Chicago Blackhawks have all of the cap space necessary to just match whatever offer comes their way. I want to show you guys. $74 million out of, 98? So they have $24 million of cap space available, and they really don't have to sign anyone. They have Israel Bales, who's another player that I traded their way. But other than that, I mean, what is that going to cost them? $16 million? So there's no reason why they wouldn't just match any contract coming our way or coming their way. And also, I looked at his chemistry. He's not even a pinch shoot defenseman. So the Twitch fans were saying that his X factors would be enough for chemistry. You put him alongside of Dahlin, you put him alongside of Kovalev, you put him alongside of whoever, Hedman, and it would be a +5. But that to me seems like a lot of guessing, a lot of hoping for the best. And to send him a $13 million contract, I would need to trade away a few players. I would need to get rid of my blue line. I'm not trading away any of my forwards, not trading away McTavish, Tomasino, or Tolvanen, even though everyone wants me to get rid of McTavish for some reason. It would have to be Norlinder, who I signed to a 1-year deal, but I actually like Norlinder. He fits in on every line of this team. The same thing with Cal Foote, who's available in free agency. Now, I have $10.7 million to use this year. And I need a sixth defenseman and I need a fourth line center. By trading away Norlinder to try to get Gustafsson, we're still going to have a defenseman spot that we need to fill up and a fourth line center spot. But now we have no cap space. And on top of that, chances are they're going to match it. And I'm going to have to wait 5 days for Gustafsson to accept my offer. And then a week on top of that for Chicago to either match or unmatch. So that's almost 2 weeks. And if I wait 14 days, I'm going to miss out on the potential free agents that I could sign. Well, hang on a second. On the potential free agents that I could sign, not going for Gustafsson, right? So if I try to go for Gustafsson, I'm going to miss out on all the guys that I could get by not going for him. And there's really no guarantee that I can get him, right? Now, I was thinking, why not trade for him? The 4 first-round picks that they'd get in compensation, why not use those along with something else to get him? Me and the Twitch fans, we already tried it. The trade value is just not there. We'd have to package Anisimov. So the more I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, the more I think Mats Gustafsson is just not on the table for the Nashville Predators, all right? I know it's a tough call. The Twitch fans were giving me hell. YouTube, you're probably not going to like it either. But as the general manager, I need to make some tough decisions, and that is one decision that I'm going to make, all right? So we're going to go back to the contract situation, and we are just going to sign our young guns of the future. Joel Lavallee. There he is. I don't know why I was calling him Lavallee again. I thought I got over that. We want to sign him to a 7-year extension so that it matches up with Anisimov, right? Now, $11.1 million, that's quite some money. I want to try to get him for as cheap as possible, but I don't want to anger him. So we already did the 85% rule, and I think, what was it again, Twitch? It was like 9 point something. So I think we can go all the way down to $10 million per season for Joel. I think that's a fair contract for him. $70 million over 7 years. The Twitch fans are saying 9.4. I don't want to play it like that just in case there's any chance that he gets angry and then he comes back wanting like $14-15 million. So I'm just going to go down to $10 million for 7 years. I think that's real fair for a guy who could be a potential 50-goal scorer, first overall pick, and the line mate for Maxim Anisimov. So bang, there it is. I want to get him signed. And then Morgan Fotinos, this is a pretty good contract no matter what. I don't have to save much money. So I'm going to go to... I could probably go down to $6 million for this guy because 85%. I might just want to go to, what do you guys think? Maybe just $6.5 million, because it's going to be a steal of a contract no matter what. And I want to make sure that he doesn't come back asking for like 8. I could definitely go down to like 6. You know what? Let's just go down to 6.25. Let's just call it right down the middle, right? 6.250 for Morgan Fotinos over 7 years. Bang, there it is. So both of those two guys going to cost me just under $18 million. And for next season, hang on a second, let me bring up another player who I can extend. Can I bring it? There you go, Klimchuk. Just to show you guys, I have $22 million of cap space for next season. So now I'm going to have, what is it, like $4 million left. So I don't even think I can get Cal Foote signed long term, but that's all right because I just need one more defenseman and one more center for this upcoming season, and I'm going to bring back Cal Foote. All right, I know you guys don't like this, but I like how Cal Foote and Norlinder work on this team. He's 29 years of age. I'll give him a 1-year deal. All right, I'll give you a 5.75. I want to make sure that he signs with us. You know what? I want to be certain that he signs with us. Yeah, $6 million. 1 year, $6 million for Cal Foote. There it is. Oh, the Twitch fans are not happy, man. Look at this. They are not happy. Jesus. Kill yourself so bad. Foot fetish, bruh. Oh my God. Salt, so bad. Trash. Superb man out. This is what I got to deal with, YouTube. I mean, this is the real pressure of our Twitch live streams for GM mode commentaries. Every decision is freaking scrutinized. I'm under a microscope. And only a Stanley Cup will justify these actions, right? So I know I'm going to take it, but I feel good about it. I feel good. Now, I want to see how much money I have left over for my fourth line center. There's a few guys out there, but I don't want to send contract offers just yet. Next up, we're going to go to coaching staff. Two things to do here. So we have one more year on our associate and assistant coach, so they're going to help out. Probably won't be able to bring them back. They're going to want head coaching positions, especially Larmer. Or Lar Moore. Brent Burns as our head coach down there in the AHL. He needs an associate coach and an assistant coach. So let me just bring those two guys in right now. AHL associate coach. I just want coaches who can teach. Yeah, this guy. There you go. Teaching, A+. Senya Fedorov. Here we go. Let's give her let's match it up with our what's it called? Our head coach in the NHL, Gail Gordon. All right. So AHL associate coach. Let's go 600,000. I don't want to play around. I just want to get this done. There you go. AHL associate coach. And then we'll bring in an AHL assistant coach, A+ teaching again. All right. Yeah. I want to make sure that all my coaches down there in the AHL can really help grow our young guns, especially our blue line of the future. All those blue liners that we're going to be playing in the AHL, I want them to grow. If their potential could go up, that would be fantastic for us. So that's our head coaching taken care of. And also, we wanted to make the switch on our scouts. We wanted to get some NHL scouts in there because now that we've drafted so much, going forward, we want to be able to make the right trades to add players who have the right chemistry to maintain that +5, that +3, whatever we're looking for, right? So I need 4 spots to open up. So I'm going to get rid of, what is wrong with my controller today? It keeps on unplugging. Jesus. I'm going to get rid of one of our SHL scouts, Talusti, with a B-. Get rid of you. I'll keep my European scouts. I have 3 U.S. Central scouts, so let me get rid of 2 of these guys. There you go. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. There you go. I have 3 OHL scouts, so I can get rid of you. And there you go. That should do it. That should free up the 4 spots that I need for the NHL. All right, and I'll just get the 4 best guys available. Bigris, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Abney, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Roenick, 1, 2, 3. There you go. And Yoshida, 1, 2, 3. There you go. So that's my new crop of NHL scouts that are coming in. I also can upgrade a bunch of these scouts. Anyone who's like a C, is there anyone that I can upgrade? I can upgrade my WHL coach. I can upgrade my QMJHL coach. I can upgrade my US. So let's just take care of that first. Is there anyone in the WHL? Yeah, there you go. Funk, 1, 2, 3. Bring you in. QMJHL, there's no one there. USA, there's 2 of them, so let me get rid of these. So let me bring in these 2 guys and get rid of the other 2. Bring in these 2. Very good. So I'll get rid of a dub, get rid of 2 US. European, no. Nordic, I think we're fine. And Russia, B and B. So let me see what I got here for Russia and see if I can actually improve. The WHL, let me get rid of you. The US Central, let me get rid of you. And the US East, let me get rid of you. And then I got SHL, Liga, so we're all fine right there. And then, yeah, we're fine right there. So we're actually good for scouts. So that'll take care of my coaching and my scouting profile. I have Lavallee and Fotinos' contract that we're waiting on, and I'm waiting on Cal Foot. Once all those guys have been signed, I can then go for my 4th line center, and then we can get to the Year 7 simulation, and I would actually like to take this all the way up to the playoffs. So let me just edit my trading block so I don't have too many trades coming in. Boom, 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 boom. I'm certainly not going to be making any trades to the Colorado Avalanche, the team that beat me in round number 1. The team that went all the way to the Cup final and lost in Game 7 to the Ottawa Senators. That's a saving grace, right? We did lose to the best team in the Western Conference this year, and it was close. Oh, man, overtime. Don't even get me started on overtime. We've got to definitely turn it around in overtime. Can no longer have Philip Forsberg leading this team. He's good for a first-round exit. That's it. So Wesley Godfrey is on our squad. The other coach is on our squad. Bigris is here. These are all the scouts and the coaches that I sent offers to. Let's just advance until they all sign. There you go. 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 Very nice. And one more day. Edgar Abney. Cal Foot. All right, so Cal Foot has come back just like Norlinder, coming back to the team for a 1-year deal. Morgan Fotinos has extended with the Nashville Predators. He is now locked up for the next 8 seasons. 1 year left on his rookie contract, and then a 7-year extension. And Joe Lavalley is still taking one more day. So we got Morgan Fotinos locked up. There is my coaching staff all ready to go, and my scouts as well. I will send these guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to send one of them to the... I gotta have to split that all up as well. I'll do that in preseason. We'll take care of that later. All right, so let's just advance one more day. And it was an easy decision. Joel Lavalley has decided to extend with the Nashville Predators. So GM Superbman has locked in his first line for the next 8 seasons. Joel Lavalley, Maxim Anisimov, and Morgan Fotinos. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so let me just take a look at the team quickly, because I can sign some players to the AHL as well while I'm at it. So goaltenders, I got Askarov, I got Dawes, I got Plekanec, I got Markov. So those 4 guys are fine. I could use one extra goaltender just in case there's an injury. Dahlin, Hedman, Kovalev, Foot, Poirier, and Norlinder. That's my top 6. Korchek is my 7th. Then I got Fleury, I got Panayi, I got Hickey, I got Yablonski, I got Verikas. Got a bunch of guys. I might want to sign Westcott in preseason. Maybe I could use one defensive player that could help out the AHL. And then the forward core, Anisimov, Lavalley, Fotinos, Tolvanen, McTavish, Tomasino, Yarventi, Draper, Ramsey, and then I got Boudens, who I'm giving a chance to. I think I want to give a chance to Chara as well, and I just need a 4th liner and then maybe like an injury player as well. So like two forwards. All right, so let's use the remaining $5 million to go out there and get that. Unrestricted free agents, center. What do we got? You know what? I think I like this guy, Christian Dvorak. Face-offs? Yeah, he's got good face-offs. Defensive awareness, 87. Offensive awareness, 87. Poise, 82. Let me see if there's anything else. Sam Bennett wants $6.2 million. Freddie Gaudreau. Face-offs is not as good. I'm looking for like a pure face-off specialist here. Joe Veleno. How old is Joe? 28 years of age. Although he only wants a 2-year deal at $3 million. That could be a steal. That could be a steal. 1 year, $3 million. What the hell happened with him? Is he just not getting ice time on Detroit? What was his ice time? Hang on a second. What is happening with my controller? Why does it keep on... I don't know what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Technical issues. 13 minutes of time on ice. Jeez, man. He's getting like 3rd or 4th line ice time. And he's getting like... He got power play time. Only 1 power play point. So they're really not playing him. He's getting power play time and penalty kill time. And still only playing 13 minutes of time on ice. All right. So that's why he's only asking for $3 million. This guy has been demoted to the bottom 6. So you know what? I'll keep you there, Joe. 1 year at 3.250. Oh, no, wait. Another team is interested. Anaheim. Let me go 1 year at 3.5. Let me make sure I get him. There you go. So let's just make sure that we get Joe Veleno. Let me advance a few days, and then we just need the depths. Oh, I was extremely happy to accept your offer. All right, so our 4th line center who can win faceoffs and kill penalties, Joe Veleno. Welcome to the Nashville Predators, my man. All right, so that basically takes care of it. So now I just need 1 forward, 1 goaltender, and 1 defenseman, all who can just be depth pieces. So nobody who wants any money. Here you go. Cut Chekhov, only 1 year, $0.8 million. Yeah, I'll take that. Bang. Here you go. Defenseman, same thing. I'm just looking for somebody who's like 0.8 or 1. Something real. Oh, here you go. 0.8, 27 years of age. Bjorn Fott. Yeah, I'll take you. There you go, my man. And then I'll take another center who can also play the wing. Let's see if we can find a guy who can play both positions. No, it's only a center. Only a center. Only a center, of course. Only centers. Come on, man. Stankoven, a playmaker. Yeah, I'll take both of these guys, Stankoven and Bemstrom. They can help out the AHL. So I'll take you, and I'll take you. All right. Also injury players in case something bad happens to us. But they can play the left wing, the right wing, down the center of the ice. They can do a lot of different things for us. So advance the day. Let's just make sure that these guys sign. And I'm pretty sure from there we are good. Bjornfat, the goaltender, Bemstrom, and Stankoven went somewhere else. You piece of shit. I could use one more then. I could use one more forward. He betrayed me. Went somewhere else. How good was he again? Like 79? So let me just go all the way back down there. Here we go. Gergenson's .8. He might drop, though, given the fact that he's 34 years of age. Picard. Here we go. Picard. Yeah, two-way forward. Yeah, Picard. There you go. 1 year. So let's get him signed. And we have our team for year number 7. Now, on paper, we're not going to be as good as we were last season, but the 8-year Stanley Cup window with Askarov has now opened up. And within that 8-year window, a lot of our younger players are going to come up from within the system. We sign them, and that's when we can go out and make that big-time trade or sign a big-time veteran free agency contract. That's coming up in the next few years, all right? So we just have to focus on still being a good team and making the playoffs. So I think we are good for the offseason. Let me and the Twitch fans handle preseason, set this sucker up so we can start simulating. Power of video editing. All right, YouTube, it's time to start up our Year 7 regular season simulation. We just had the captaincy, we handed out our 3 alternates, and me and the Twitch scouts, we've already gone through and done all the line changes. Let me quickly show you guys what we got. We got the future line, Fotinos, Lavallee, and Anisimov. They're going to play together for the first time for the next 8 years in a row. We're not touching that line. Second line, it's going to be the same line it's been now for the last few, at +2, no X factors. I still like it. Third line. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We lost out on Kempe, Thompson, and Forsberg. So now we got to run with these 3 guys. And if these guys work out for us, if they can just jump up to 82, 83 overall, given the fact that I signed them to 8-year deals, each and every single one of them, cheap as well, they could be our perfect third line of the future. I admit it looks weak right now, but it could be very good. And then the fourth line, we picked up Joe Veleno in free agency, but 2 draft picks that were both selected by the Twitch scouts, they have developed quite nicely. Zane Boudens, who I drafted in the second round of 2026. Look at his defensive category. Defensive awareness already 88 overall. Offensive awareness, 87 overall, and he's listed as a 4th line forward. Let's give this guy a chance. And then Peter Chara, who is listed as a minor league scoring forward, but medium elites, and 91 defensive awareness. I want to give these guys the chance, all right? So if it doesn't work, it's unfortunate, but we have to have a long-term approach again. The Stanley Cup window is now back to being 8 years. I obviously want to make the playoffs, but we can't be trading away future assets for bottom 6 forwards. We have to develop these players, right? It'll make sense for us in the long run. I wouldn't be opposed to acquiring a trade deadline acquisition, like an 83, 84 overall, to just boost our chances if we're clearly a good team. But at the same time, it's in our best interest for all these guys to become those 82, 83, 84 overall players. And the only way that's going to happen is if you play them. So we're going to have a long-term approach this season. The first line, Kovalev and Dahlin, are 2 alternates. Hedman has been pushed down with Poirier, and then Norlinder and Foote. This is why I like these guys. They all have the chemistry. Power play. We are loading up our first line power play to help out Fotinos, Lavallee, and Anisimov. So they got both Dahlin and Hedman. I was going to put Poirier on the first line because he's got a pretty good offensive awareness at 91. But given that it's Hedman's last year and he won the Norris last season, why not just go all in and try to help the growth of our younger talent? So our second line power play is basically our second line with Yarventi and Poirier in there. 4-man power play basically is the same thing. Penalty kill, I'm running with Anisimov on the first line with McTavish, and then Boudens with Veleno, and then Draper and Ramsey. A little bit weak of a third line, but again, we want to play these guys. But I'm trusting that Anisimov can really, he can do it all basically. Extra lines, Anisimov and Lavallee. Anisimov and Lavallee, 3-on-3. Goaltenders going to be Askarov and Dawes. And my scratch players, I got Bemstrom, Korschak, and Picard. All right, so 2 centers who can also play the wing and a defender. And in the AHL, we signed a few players just to help out. Remember, it's about our blue line, and a few of those guys we haven't even signed just yet, right? So the forward core, there's not really much, but defensively, good news about this guy, Elliot Metropolitan, who we drafted 13th overall in 2026, the Joel Lavallee draft. He's now playing in the AHL, and I got him a +5 with a draft pick that we had in year 1, Cody Hickey. So those 2 guys can play together, get a little bit better. But ultimately, still, you see what I mean about having to wait. That's why I wanted guys like Cal Foote and Norlinder. Our defensemen, not only are they not even in the AHL just yet, they haven't even been signed. So 2, 3, 4 years out at least. And then the goaltender situation, we have the Ukrainian that we drafted in the same year as Maxim Anisimov. He's got medium starter potential. And then Jacob Lacanics, who's got the medium elite potential. I'll let them battle for the starter role, all right? So we've already sent out our scout. We've done our trade block. I'd like to take this up as far as possible. Hopefully the injury bug doesn't hurt us too much. So let's simulate to the first game of the year. We'll do a real-time simulation to see how the playoff sim might look, and we'll get this season started, all right? Oh, and last but not least, I wanted to do one more thing. One more thing. I need some H2O. Hang on a second. Oh, my God, that's good. Let's take a look around the NHL and see who the best player is, right? Let's do a player search and just sort by overall and see who we got. So player search. We'll go forwards first, and we'll go defensemen, then we'll go goaltenders, all right? So the best forwards in the NHL. Let me see. That's trade value. Anisimov has the highest trade value. Overall, 96 for Matthews, McDavid, and McKinnon. All right, Draisaitl's up at 95. All of these guys, though, in their 30s, 33, 32, 31, 31. So 5 years when that overall number comes down, could start coming down right away. But in 5 years when they retire, Svechnikov, 93, Barkov, 93, Anisimov, 21. So think about that. Everyone who's above Anisimov is, 7 years older or more. Svechnikov is the youngest. So when that guy becomes the best player in the league, watch out. Is there any other really good one? Slavkovsky of the Montreal Canadiens, he's 24. Then you got a bunch of guys who are 27. Hughes, Zegras, Stützle, Lafreniere, 26, Byfields. All right, so we have Shane Wright is 24. We have a very good player. All right, that's the whole point. What about the blue line? What do we got there on the defensive core? Best player imaginable. It's Cale Makar. Mats Gustafsson is next up. Cale Makar is only 29, so he's got himself a lot of years there. Yeah, 6 years left of being a pain in the ass for us. Adam Fox, Owen Power, 91 at 25 years of age. All right. Anyone else? Any young gun? Clark, 25, 24. Korchinski, Drysdale, 26. All right, so yeah, Sanderson, 26. It would have been great to go after Mats Gustafsson and land him. It just didn't work out for us. But we do have Rasmus Dahlin, who is tied for being the 5th best defenseman at 28 years of age with 8 years left. So we got a good D-man as well. And then what about goaltenders? Best goalie in the league right now, Vasilevsky at 93, Shesterkin at 92, Demko, Luukkonen. What about Askarov? There he is, Askarov. It doesn't play like it, but he is the 7th best defense, tied for 6th with 6 years left at $6 million. Oh my God. See, there's a lot of goalies underneath that are making, $7 million, and we got a good contract. $7.3 million for John Gibson at 35 years of age. $6.3 million for Merzlikins, who's 82 at 34 years of age. We got a good contract for Askarov. We just need him to perform a lot better than that. All right, so there we go. Year 7 is officially underway. We're on the road in Seattle. Let's get a playoff simulation under our belt to see how our team sims. And Rasmus Dahlin is going to open up the goal scoring. Chara! Oh my God, Anisimov! 3 goals in 3 minutes for the Nashville Predators. Chara gets his first career NHL goal, a Twitch scout. Good job, boys. Eli Tolvanen's going to score. Georgiev got pulled after 3 minutes. Not even 3 into the game at the 17:23 mark. And Georgiev gets freaking pulled, man. Yikes. That is not the way you want to start off the season. All that preparation, all that imagination on what the year could hold, and that's the way it starts. Bickle. Oh, that was a top pick as well, right? Bickle. Yeah, I forget his first name, but wasn't he like a first overall pick in the previous in this year? This year that just passed. Bickle. He gets them back within 3, I suppose. A 4-1 lead for the Nashville Predators. Askarov, what can you do for me, my man? If this is a playoff game and we have a 3-goal lead, can you close it out? Power play goes nowhere for the Nashville Predators. Oh, man, I've gotten so sick and tired of my goaltending performance in the playoffs. Morgan Fotinos on the power play. There you go, my man. It's good to see my first line getting some points, even though it was on the power play. It's good to see. And game 1 of the regular season comes to an end, and your Nashville Predators have won 5-2. Nashville stats, let's see. Anisimov, there you go. In 20 minutes, 2 points. Lavallee, 1 point. Valeno, what's his name? Fotino should have gotten. Yeah, Fotino's got a point as well. Good. So all of our top guys on our first line got a point there. We need them to get points this season so they have a good season. They get that statistical growth. Nashville player Peter Chara has been injured with a sore knee. His estimated return is October 25th. I'll just replace the player right there. Fucking injuries, man. Whatever. If it's going to happen, let it happen to overall our worst forward on the team, right? I can actually take that. All right, so let's start the simulation. Let's see how far we get here in year number 7. Game 2 of the year, we win that. Game 3 of the year, we win that. Game 4 of the year, we win that. And we're off to a 4-0 start. Let's go, boys. All right, I don't want to stop the simulation here. Things are looking good up against the Dallas Stars. You know what, Chara? You're going to sit for a little bit here, bud, because we got ourselves a winning streak. As long as we're winning, I'm not making any substitution. All right, there's the loss. I'll get Chara back in now. All right, so we beat Seattle twice, 5-2, 5-2, and they answered back in the third meeting between us with a 5-1 victory. All right, so 6-1 to start the year. Anisimov with 7 points. Let's go. What about Lavallee? How many goals does he have? 4 goals in 7 games played. Fotino's 4 points in 7 games played. Great job. All right, so let me take Bemstrom out. Let me get Chara back in there. There you go. Easy peasy switch. No problems. No long-term injury right there. I don't have to worry about a damn thing. And I don't want to look at any team stats or anything right now. Good times are going. Let's just keep it rolling. Next week, 3 games, Vegas, Chicago, and the Winnipeg Jets. Metropolitan's been injured with a strained hammy. His estimated return is November 7th, so I'll just replace him. He's down there in the AHL. I'll wait for him to come back from the injury. That's a win against Vegas. That is a win against... I want to wait till Metropolitan's fully healed. That's a win against Vegas, a win against Chicago, and a loss against the Winnipeg Jets. Now, hang on a second. I can't remember if I put that line change on where... he'll automatically, where the game will tell me that he's back before the injury. Let's see. Yeah, so I have to wait for the second one. Okay, that's fine. I can wait for the second one. All right, let's keep going. Eli Tolvanen leading my team in points. 10 points in 10 games played right now. Good job, Eli. Keep on going. 3 more games. Columbus. That's a 3-0 victory. Minnesota, 5-2 victory. Vegas, 3-2 loss. All right, so in the first 13 games of the season, your Nashville Predators already 10 wins. Let's go, boys. Having a great season. Next week, we got 4 games. Edmonton, Anaheim twice, and San Jose. That's a loss against Edmonton. Duke Draper's been injured with an injured foot. Estimated return is November 22nd. All right, so I'll just replace the player right there. 5-1 victory over Anaheim, a 5-1 loss. I'm going to wait for Duke Draper to be fully healed, and a 5-2 victory against San Jose. So we split that week 2-2. Duke Draper's still not back. Is Metropolitan back? Metropolitan might have been back, but because there was another injury that happened, his message got overtaken. Yeah, like, oh, god damn, man. This game is there's so many glitches in this game. It's crazy. So Bjorn Fott, you're out. Metropolitan, you're back in. And then the NHL, even strength. Hang on a second. Offense. Let me get Bemstrom out of there, and let me get Duke Draper right back in. There you go, Duke. Man, lingering injury. Whatever, man. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to roll the dice. Duke, don't get injured again, buddy, please. Next week, we got 3 games. New York, Washington, and Colorado. The New York Rangers. Duke Draper is fully healed. Good job. That's a 7-1 win against the Rangers, a 6-1 win against the Capitals, and a 6-1 loss against our rival, the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, I don't feel any need to slow this sucker down. Let's keep going. Vancouver, St. Louis, Carolina. Win against Vancouver. Win against St. Louis. Let's go, boys. Against Carolina now. Tommy Costi's been injured with post-concussion syndrome. All right, so that's a long one. Now, Costi, he is a good prospect for us, but no X factor, so I'm just going to replace him. Shouldn't be a problem. Nashville player, Norlander, has been injured with an MCL sprain. Estimated return, January 26th. All right, so let me replace him. Let me get to our lineups here. December 3rd to January 26th. He's gone for a long time, is Norlander, his MCL. Now, that's not the end of the world. Injuries are a part of it, and I have Korczak, who can also play pretty much any position, right? So Korczak's going to go in there with foot. We're not losing too much right there, so it's not the end of the world. All right. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. We're looking good right now. 17-6-0, 4 games this week. Ottawa, Pittsburgh, LA, and San Jose. That's a loss against the Ottawa Senators, the defending Stanley Cup champion, Philip Forsberg. He might have had a good game against us. And for the first time this season, not a good week. 1 win, 2 regulation losses, and 1 over or shootout loss. So 1, 2, and 1. All right, so we'll take this moment to take a look at some of the individual stats, player stats, all this stuff. But I like to see what I like. I like what I'm seeing, basically. On paper, we were supposed to be a worse team, but we're still having a good season, so I like that. Points. All right, so we are clearly ahead of Chicago, ahead of Colorado, although our division, a lot of teams are above 500 right now, so we got to keep on winning. Goals for per game, 3.37, so we're scoring. Goals against per game, third best in our division, 2.44. I'm very happy with that. Power play percentage, 1 for every 5 power plays. I'm happy with that. Penalty kill, 90.1%. Askarov doing his thing on the penalty kill. Nice job. Shorthanded goals for, too. Woo! This team is looking nice. Player stats. What do we got? What do we have? Forwards, Eli Tolvin in second line. Anisimov, 23 points in 27 games played. Now, the thing about the first line you have to understand, let me just show you, I'll come back to this screen, but I have a point to make I want to show you. The thing about the first line you have to understand is that their point production is going to be enhanced through development. In other words, right now you got a 92, an 88, and an 84. Not bad at +5, but it's not a 90, 90, 90. If Joel Lavallee can get up to 89, 90, our production for all 3 guys are going to go up, for all 3 of them. Fotinos, if he gets up to an 85, 86, one day, 88, 89, it's going to enhance everyone. So Anisimov's points, he might be lower than point per game, only until these guys get up there as well. Joe Lavallee, 14 goals in 17 points. They're -3. Fotinos, a -4, but 15 points. All we need to do is keep playing these guys, and when they grow, all of their point totals will go up. So it's almost like we're investing. It's almost like compound interest, right? We have to just go with it. We have to just go with it. So let me just bring up the player stats one more time. Forwards. All right, so McTavish, Tomasino, they're doing their thing. Lavallee, Fotinos, Yarventi, there you go, 12 points. Joe Veleno is a +7. Ramsey and Draper are just even. We're really getting it done 5v5 on the power play, aren't we? 5v5, a lot of us are just even. Dahlin, 20 points in 27. Victor Edmond, 16. Cal Foote, Poirier, Kovalev, very good. And goaltenders, all right. I'm actually getting some goaltending here. Yaroslav Askarov with a .920 save percentage, and my backup Dawes with a .931 save percentage. We are keeping the puck out of the net. All the Twitch fans are saying, start Dawes, start Dawes. All right, so with Norlinder out into injury, let us keep simulating. Yeah, we can go far here. We can go far here in this video. We can get all the way to the end of the regular season. All right, so up against the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers. Can we have a good week again? There you go. There's 2 out of 2. Very good. So we had one bad week. We followed it up with a perfect week, all right? Doesn't seem like we're going on extended losing streaks with this team, right? I don't see us getting like we haven't had that one 8 in a row, 9 in a row where we win, but it's like 2 or 3 in a row, we lose. Then another 2, 3, 4 in a row, then we lose. Like we're playing very well right now. 22, 9, and 1. This is very good. 3 games up against the Colorado Avalanche, Winnipeg Jets. I'm not going to claim any waivers. And the Vancouver Canucks. We lose against Colorado. Colorado is our new rival. And another bad week. All right, 1-2 in that week against 2 Western Conference teams. Now, how do we bounce back? Calgary, St. Louis, Arizona. Shootout loss, a win, and a shootout loss. All right. 1-0-2. All right, you still got some points there. As long as we're keeping the regulation losses to a minimum, I'm happy. LA, Colorado, and Boston. That's a win against LA. That's a win against Colorado. We finally got one. And that's a win against Boston. There you go. So, haven't had a regulation loss in 2 weeks now. Beautiful. Next week, 4 games, Florida, Anaheim, Philly, and Dallas. That's a loss against Florida, a win against Anaheim. Norlinder is available, but I'm going to wait till he's fully healed. A loss against Philly, a win against Dallas. Let me just sim up here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Anything about Norlinder? Norlinder is back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's get him back in the lineup, shall we? Defense, Korczak. You did a good job. What did Korczak do for us? +6 in 22 games played, 7 points. Yep. So this goes back to not making the decision to go for Mats Gustafsson or making the decision to not go for him. You know, like, we already have Dahlin. Hedman's here for right now. Norlinder and Foote, they can get the job done. I know what I'm doing when it comes to chemistry. It may not be the sexy pick, but I knew it would work for us. So we got 2 wins, 2 1-1 in the last week. Good job. 4 games this week. What do we got? That's a win against Tampa, loss against the Rangers, loss against Buffalo, 2 in a row, 3 in a row. All right, 3 losses in a row. First time this season. All right, so there's the losing streak, and we got the All-Star break. So let's get up to the All-Star break and take a look at everything here. The Minnesota Wild, 4 in a row maybe? Ooh, a shootout loss, so it kind of counts. 5 in a row technically. We have lost 5 games in a row, but we've done all that hard work up front where we definitely have some room to work with here. Yeah, we got like a 7-point lead over the Dallas Stars. So we're all right. So let's take a look at everything again. So first up, where are our draft picks? All right, if you remember, we traded away Tage Thompson and Philip Forsberg at the draft, and we acquired Detroit's first rounder and Ottawa's first rounder, and it looks like they're good teams as well. Detroit, their record is 29-18-7. I don't think that's going to be a draft lottery selection. And the Ottawa Senators, the defending Stanley Cup champion, 29-17-4. Yeah. Don't think we're going to be getting anything here. What is Forsberg doing for him? He's 88 overall. He's dropped to a top 6. There you go. He's having a fine season for him. 21 goals, 42 points, plus 14. Way to go, Philip Forsberg. I hope you have a great time over there. All right, so depth draft picks. But depth draft picks ain't the end of the world. Let's take a look at the draft class. What do we got upcoming in this year? Taylor Winchester. Winchester is a medium elite sniper. Playmaker, two-way forward, two-way defenseman, Connor Livingston, maybe somebody that we could target. Cycle pinch, though. Goddamn, of course. Is there any, depth draft picks this year? Let me just go through, see if it's going to be a good year for depth draft picks. 25. Nope, no gold. 28. No gold. 30. There we go. We got a gold at 30. X Factor. So we can get someone with a depth draft pick right there. 38. Nope. So one guy at 30, basically. So it's not going to be like a jam-packed... oh, there's another one at 30 and 48. So I can definitely bring in some depth draft picks here. Okay, good. So the Ottawa and Detroit first-rounders could actually play into our favor here. That could be good. All right, so team stats. Let's go back to this. All right, so we're second in our division. Goals for per game. We're still scoring. We're behind the Colorado Avalanche, obviously. Goals against per game. We are best in our division. So whatever we have that's working right now, it's keeping the puck out of the net. And this is what I talked about Kovalev. Everyone laughed when I put him up for alternate. Like a defensive defenseman like that who shuts it down. He's on the first line again. Our goals against is low. You damn right I'm giving him credit for that. Power play percentage, the Nashville Predators 14.2. Penalty kill percentage 87.5. Very nice. Player stats, what do we got here? Tolvanen leading the way. Anisimov 39, a -3. Ooh, Lavallee is a -12. Fotinos is a -10. We're winning games, but I wonder, are we stunting their growth at all? Let's take a look at progress reports. Yikes. This first line, they're young kids. Progress reports. Let's see what we got. Anisimov, 9. So we got some statistical growth. That's good. Lavallee, 8. Ew, see what I mean? Lavallee is having a season where the statistical growth is actually hurting him. And then Fotinos. We got a little bit of growth there. All right, I'll leave him up there because we are winning games and getting to the playoffs is more important. But come playoff time, if we're mixing matching lines, we might want to move some of those guys down to the second. So let's go all the way up till here. Let's leave it on a good simulation. I feel good. I think we're going to be in the playoffs this season unless something crazy happens. Tommy Costi is back. I'll wait till he fully comes back. That's a win against Chicago. Loss against Arizona. St. Louis, that's a win. Detroit, that's a win. Our rivals again. That's a 7-3 loss. An 8-3 loss. Joel Lavallee's been injured with a strained hammy. His estimated return is March 3rd. All right, so let me just replace the player right there. All right, this is important. Let me stop the simulation, please. All right, so March 3rd. So he'll be available right there. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But I want to make sure that we continue to win games, right? Because the playoffs, I don't want to throw it. I do not want to throw it. Picard up on the first line. No, we can't have that. You know what? I'll probably throw in Joe Veleno to the first line just to cover it off. And Picard can go back down here. Yeah. Power play. Let me get Joe Veleno in there on the first line power play. Let me just switch it up. Joe, there you go. And Joe right there as well. So when Lavallee comes back, I got to change it. I got to change those two guys back to the first line, fourth line, and then also on the power play. I got it. Don't worry. This is why we have the depth. So LaValle goes down with an injury, but he will be back. 4 more games before the trade deadline. That's a win against Minnesota. Oh, man, he's back already? Jesus, that was quick. Let me just let him sit for a little bit. Yeah. All right, he is back. Continue one more game. There you go. Let me get him right back in. I thought it said a lot further. March 3rd, and it came back. Well, whatever. I'm not going to argue. I'm happy. Picard, right out of there. Joel, get right back in there, my man. There you go. +5, re-engaged. And then the power play. Joe, get out of there, my man. Joel is in. No. Four-man power play. Yeah, there it is. Very nice. All right, so that's that taken care of. Beautiful. Was there any other injury? It was Costi in the AHL also. Hang on a sec. Costi in the AHL. Costi. It was Bjorn Fott, right? Yeah, there he is. Costi. Get your ass back in there. Perfect. All right, so we have the trade deadline. I don't see us making too many decisions here at the trade deadline, but I would like to see what is available. So we'll go in there. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to be keeping the current trade block. Enter the trade deadline. I mean, we could try to acquire some pieces to try to make our Stanley Cup run easier for us, but, I mean, we don't really have the cap space, and the future is already written on this team, right? So let's just take a look at some of the players here. You got Andrei Svechnikov. His trade value is off the charts. We're not going to do that. Trevor Zegras, 1 year left, $10 million. I'm trading a lot. Lundstrom, no. Shea Theodore, defenseman, 2 years left. How old is he? He's 33 years of age. Shea Theodore. That's an interesting one. Hang on, though. We got a trade alert. The Carolina Hurricanes trade Andreas Johnsson to the Chicago Blackhawks in exchange for Baines. All right, so Chicago gets a little bit stronger. Morgan Riley's in there as well. Josh Morrissey, Troy Terry, 3 years left. Pelech, Nolan Patrick, Fabry. There was one player I'm actually thinking about here, Shea Theodore, because he's got the gold X factor, right? Does he want to work on this team? From Boston, they're willing to trade him away. Gold Heat Seeker. Defensive pairing number 3. I'm just thinking, like, you could put him alongside of Hedman. Norlinder could get scratched. You could put Poirier and Foote on one line, and this could be your guy for 2 years. What would they want? I want my... See, this is why I don't want to trade any of these guys. I don't want to trade any of these guys. I don't want to trade anybody, and I don't want to trade draft picks because we need those to get the 2 guys. Now, you know what, guys? This is the Stanley Cup window is open, but we got to have a long-term approach, and going for it now will hurt our chances of really going all in later. And later is when we're going to have the advantage. So you know what? I want to continue to play our young guns this year. I'm not going to make any moves. All right, and let's go look at anyone else who's available. Cousins, Holtz, Norris, Provorov, Horvat. You definitely get some pieces here, but we're just not that team yet. I want to play our young guns. I've just made my mind up. I want to play the young guns. The Vegas Golden Knights trade Ivan Provorov and Mark Stone to Arizona in exchange for O.P. Kindle and a second. Whoa. What the hell are the Arizona Coyotes doing? Do they have a good team this year? Arizona 26, 26, and 10. What are you doing? What are you doing? They just loaded up. They got Provorov, and they got, where is he? Mark Stone. Okay, he's only 82 overall. He's 36 years of age. They probably didn't give up that much for it. The Edmonton Oilers, they trade a second rounder and P. Quick to the New York Islanders in exchange for Cody Glass. All right. So YouTube, we'll use some power of video editing. I'll stay here with the Twitch fans, see if any major trades happen, but I think I'm pretty good. So let's just keep the team the same and see if we can make some magic happen. All right, YouTube, me and the Twitch fans, we were talking about it, and they convinced me we can upgrade Norlinder on the 3rd defensive pairing, considering we only signed him to a 1-year deal, and he's probably going to want like $4 or $5 million. I do like that he has the great chemistry for the 3rd line, but there is a player, Jacob Slavin of the Carolina Hurricanes, that my new freaking NHL scout says he fits on the third defensive pairing, and he also kills penalties. He's got the X factors as well. I don't know if he can play alongside of Victor Hedman, but even if he just plays on the third line, it is an upgrade, and the trade value wasn't too much. So we'd be giving up Norlinder straight up for him. We have to take another player back because we're going to give up a prospect as well. The Maple Leafs and the Philadelphia Flyers are making a trade. Sontag, who I drafted in the second round in 2026, a sniper. Really don't see any space for him on this team. Maybe he grows, but he's already 21 at 73 overall. And then a second rounder for this year and a 7th and a 6th. All right, so basically we're just trading for a rental. They're getting a replacement, they're getting a prospect, and they're getting a 2nd, 6th, and 7th round pick. I'm all right with that. The Buffalo Sabres trade a 3rd, a 4th, and Mete and Lodin to Detroit in exchange for Kasparaitis. The Twitch fans are saying, hurry up, John. Someone else might take him. So, will it go through? Trade accepted. Jacob Slavin, welcome to the Nashville Predators. I listened to the Twitch fans. We will see how it plays out, all right? There you go. I made my one change, and I'm going to have to edit my lines all over again. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, back to power of video editing. Oh, just another reason I hate making trades at the trade deadline. I mean, I don't even like breaking up a good thing if you're winning games, but then the game forces you to edit your lines all over again. I got to put my captaincy again. It's a freaking mess. All right, so I've gone through. We got our lineup differences. And look at that. Jacob Slavin. We were originally going to play him on the third line. He works with foot, but he actually gives us a +5 with Victor Hedman. So now you got Dahlin and Kovalev on the first line, and Hedman is back to being +5 on the second line. All right, you guys might have made the right call. Now, I still think that our best seasons are nowhere, not that they're nowhere near. We need Lavallee and Fotinos to become bona fide first liners, right? Lavallee's almost, you know what? Lavallee is there. He is a first line forward. His role says that. But Fotinos, we just need him to creep up to 85, 86. Even if he caps out at 87, that's still so much better than where we are right now. If this line can get to 87, 90, and 93, woo, that's what I'm looking for. That's kind of the base of what I'm looking for. All right. And then Askarov, a 917 save percentage. All right, so you got a better defender now. Our penalty kill is even better as well because that gold shutdown X factor that Slavin has. But now if we start losing games, I'm going to start blaming the Twitch fans, all right? So, playoff push. We are top of our division. The Blackhawks are on the outs looking in. If we can, oh man, the Wild are tied with the Avalanche. If we want to avoid the Avalanche in round number 1, we got to win our division. Or we have to let the Avalanche win. You know what? I'm not doing that. We got to win our division. We've got to win our division, all right? So let's go, boys. You guys can do it. I believe in you. 6-2 win against the Calgary Flames. 3-2 win against the Washington Capitals. And the Nashville Predators have won 4 in a row. Next week, St. Louis, Toronto, and Ottawa. A 5-1 victory over St. Louis. A shootout victory over both Toronto and Ottawa. We are on a winning streak. We are getting hot at the right time of the year, ladies and gentlemen. So far, this Jacob Slavin trade has been working perfectly. A 4-3 regulation loss to Edmonton. Oh, 3-1 regulation loss. And a 5-3 regulation loss. So we lose 3 in a row again. What did that do for our... oh, my God. Oh, no! The freaking Wild went on a winning streak. They're up to 98 points while me and the Avalanche are both tied at 91. Oh, for God's sakes. Is there any way we can catch them? How do the Wild just take off like that and they have a game in hand? Oh, why did we have to lose 3 in a row? We got to win 4 in a row now. Come on, boys. You can do it. Florida, Detroit, LA, Buffalo. Turvden, that's a grinder down there in the AHL. Man, 5 in a row in regulation. What are we doing? Overtime loss. Can we just win one in reg? There you go. A 2-1 win over the Buffalo Sabres. You guys said that was good. My team just decided to turn it off. Well, we got the playoffs upcoming. Why are we even trying? Oh my God. We just lost home ice advantage. We're gonna have the Avalanche in round number 1 again. We're gonna have the Avalanche in round number 1 again. To hell with the rivalry against Chicago, the new rivalry up against Colorado. Can we at least steal home ice advantage from them? Now, all of a sudden, the regulation losses, they came often and they came late. I don't even think, we can't even get to a 50-win season anymore. Rough, man. We won like 6 in a row after the trade deadline. I was thinking that we were in a real good spot. Cody Hickey down there in the AHL has been injured. 3-2 loss, and, well, actually, we have fallen out of the divisional playoff spot. Oh, that just means that we're going to have the Minnesota Wild in round number 1. Oh, take your pick. Either the Minnesota Wild, who won your division, or the Colorado Avalanche. Whatever, man. All of a sudden, our division got super strong. At the beginning, our division was so weak, and now it's so strong. 47 wins, and I'm not even in a divisional playoff spot? Are you kidding me? Up against the Vancouver Canucks, the last game of the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. And we win it 5-2. We get 101 points, and we get a wild card spot. What in the hell, man? Wow. Our rivals, the Chicago Blackhawks, missed the playoffs 37-8. And what about our draft pick positions? It was the Ottawa Senators and the Detroit Red Wings. Let's see. Detroit. Let's see. The Red Wings are in the playoffs. The Senators missed! I don't believe it. The Ottawa Senators missed the playoffs by 1 point. Unbelievable. Philip Forsberg couldn't do it. I always end up trading players to teams and they go and ruin them. We have a draft lottery position, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a good one, but we have a draft lottery position. Bang! Rough. All right, so there you go. That is the end of the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get the save in there just so we don't have any shenanigans happening. Man, imagine. I don't think I can win the first overall pick because we're probably like 13th or 14th, but imagine we move up to 3 or 4 again. Oh, even if not, that's a top 15 pick. That'll be a good one, man. We can get the player that we want. That's perfect. So, year 7 comes to an end, and your Nashville Predators, even though we took a step back, I think it was a good season. All in all, the young players got the job done. So, 4th in our division. Goals for per game, we dropped to 4th, 3.09. Goals against per game, we definitely started to let in a lot more goals. Our power play percentage could be a lot better. At the beginning of the year, started off at 20. It's now down to 15, basically. Our penalty kill, though, is still pretty good, 84%. All right, so we're in a good spot. Our last 10 wasn't good, but we are in a good spot. And now that we're in the playoffs, you never know, right? We do have some good chemistry on this team. So forwards, Tolvi led. Oh my God, the first line did not play very well, did it? Ooh. Tolvanen with 71 points. Tomasino with 66. Anisimov. All right, so no longer did Maxim Anisimov get the chance to play with better players. Like when he first came in, he was on a line with Forsberg, right? Last year, he had Tage Thompson and Forsberg. This year, he has to do the carrying, and he dropped back down 65 points on -4. But we talked about this. You guys wanted the first line with Fotinos and Lavallee, so will it pay off in the future? McTavish with 58 points. Fotinos with 46. All right, so they really did slow down. They started off the season real well. They slowed down big time. Now, what about Lavallee? 31 goals. I thought he was on pace for like a 40-goal season. Now, he did improve. It's his highest goal-scoring season, but only 11 assists, a -14. Yikes. That first line, we might want to think about moving lines around for the playoffs because that first line's not getting it done. Ramsey, 36 points. Yarventi, 35 points. Draper, 29. You're telling me Lavallee on the first line only got 6 more points than Ramsey on the third line with no power play time? Wow, man. Oh, these young players, they actually might not work well with one another. Who knows? Defensively, Rasmus Dahlin with 51. Victor Hedman with 49. Poirier with 33. Slavin, he did a good job. What did he do with us, the Nashville Predators? -4, 3 points in 18 games played. See, I think we would have had the same kind of finish to the year with Norlander, but we'll see about the individual stats for the playoffs. Askarov, a .915 save percentage. All right, Askarov had a good season. That'll probably boost his overall for next year. And Dawes, a .917 save percentage also. Nice job. Nice job, boys. Let's take a look at the entire league here. All right, all skaters. Now we'll go forwards. What do we got? 112 points. McKinnon, Rantanen. Oh, we're fucked. We are screwed, man. And then Makar, right? Thank God we don't have them in the first round, but still, we're going to have to face them like in the second round or somewhere. You know they're going to go far in the playoffs, man. Jesus. All right, so there are the player stats. There are the team stats. What did our AHL squad this year do? The Admirals, they are in the playoffs good, so helping out the young guys down there, 42, 24, and 6. Beautiful job. What about some of the progress reports? Any growth from our young players here? Anisimov grew by 9. Yeah, so they didn't have a good year of growth. Darlene, McTavish, LaValle, he actually went down in growth because of how poorly the first line played. You guys, we might have rushed them. Fotinos had a good year. For what Fotinos is, he actually had a good year. For what LaValle is, he underperformed big time this year. And why, I don't know. Maybe just because he's got an Anisimov. Maybe just the 84 on that line. Or maybe LaValle is a bust, guys. Maybe he doesn't simulate well. He gets no assists and he barely puts up any goals because he... That would suck for one of our first overall picks. And I signed him to a $70 million contract over 8 years or 7 years, $10 million per. Oh my God. So let me know what you guys think, because in the next one, we have round 1 up against the Calgary Flames. Let's see what Calgary's bringing to the table here. Calgary, Huberdeau, Lindholm, and Garland, Josh Kurashev, and Peltier. All right, so their first line is good, but we can keep up with that. Our first line is pretty similar, right? 92, 88, and 84. It's pretty similar. Third line's better than ours. Fourth line better than ours. Defensively, we got, oh, you know what? They got a pretty good blue line. It's even. Top fours everywhere. And then Einfalt in the net and 85. Yeah, we can win against them, but we can also lose, and they have home ice advantage. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.